Mother's Day coming up, I'm going to show you a real simple chocolate truffle recipe you can do at home with 3 simple ingredients. Dark chocolate, a good quality dark chocolate, some butter, some cream, and if you want to jazz it up, you can add a little bit of vanilla, some alcohol if you want to put a little bit of that zest into the truffle. I'm going to use Cointreau today, but you can use whiskey, you can use some cognac, some rum, whatever you got at home. So this recipe too is very simple. I'm using a pot, induction top. One of the best things about induction top, you can control the heat. So what we're going to do, we're going to add our cream into the pot. And we're going to warm our cream up. So our cream goes in. All we want to do here is warm the cream enough so it can melt the chocolate and the butter at the same time. So I'm going to put it up to 5, slowly bring it up to a warming temperature. So our cream has come up to temperature. What I'm going to do, I'm going to turn this down to 1. So it's on a real low heat at the moment. Add all your chocolate at once. Just the other thing too, when you actually cut your chocolate up, just cut it up in real small pieces. That makes it easier to melt when you actually put it on the stove. So just give it a good stir. At this stage, you can add also your butter. So this is 60 grams of butter, unsalted butter. It's being diced up real small. 125 grams of dark chocolate. I'm using a 70% dark chocolate here. And also 60 mils of cream, double cream or single cream. And all you need to do is slowly stir that through so it's completely melted through. So after a couple of minutes, our chocolate and butter is completely melted through to our cream, and that's been on 1 the whole time, so it's on a real low temperature and it's nice and smooth and glossy. At this stage, you can add a little bit of vanilla, and also I'm going to add a little bit of Cointreau into this, and with this probably will take around about 25 mils or a teaspoon of Cointreau. So you're going to add your alcohol now. You want to mix that through, and then the next thing we're going to do, we're going to put it into a bowl, cover it, leave it in the fridge for a couple of hours before we take it out, and then we roll it up. So it's been in the fridge for a couple of hours now. So what I do, I take it out, I get a spoon, and I'll mix it through while it's still soft and pliable. And then another thing I like to do, I'll take a teaspoon and I'll start. I use a bit of a tray, some greaseproof paper. Take a teaspoon and I weigh out roughly like rough shapes. You want to get as round, well not as round, but just little nuggets, maybe 15 to 18 grams each. If you want a scale, you can use a scale, but I roughly just use a teaspoon as your measurement. And just keep repeating the process. Because sometimes if the ganache sets up quite hard, it's actually quite hard to roll them. So what I like to do at this stage is break it up, give it a quick sort of whisk with a spoon, and then what I'll do with this, I'll put it back into the fridge, give it about 15 minutes, and then roll them, in whatever coating you choose to use. So our truffle's been in the fridge for about 10 minutes. So this is where it gets really messy. You know, if you're going to use a little bit of cocoa, classically use cocoa, just get a little bowl, probably a cup of cocoa powder in there. And what I like to do here, if you want to wear some gloves at home, absolutely fine. But I just like to get my little bit of cocoa on my hands like this. Just makes the handling a little bit easier. So what do? You roll it real quickly. Your hands gets a bit, because your hands are a little bit warm, so the ganache tends to melt real quickly, so you got to work real quickly through this stage. I always find that having a cocoa handy, you can just dust your hands, makes the process a little bit easier. So once you've done that process, then you can put it through the cocoa themselves. give it a quick nice shake like that. Then there's our truffles, and then you can put them into the fridge, chill them before you serve them, and then we'll just serve them a bit later. But very important to work real quickly through this process so your ganache doesn't completely melt. And then time to serve. So our truffles be in the fridge for 15 minutes. So just before you serve them at home, maybe you make them the day before, just take them out for about 5 minutes before you serve them, just to give it a little, take the chill off a little bit. So at home, you can simply put them into a bowl, a plate. But you know, if you have some of these in your pantry, some chocolate sprinkles, or some desiccated coconut, or even some chocolate nuts, just, you know, jazz it up a little bit. And I will just place them in there. And even you can use, you know, even the cocoa, just use a little bit of cocoa, and then serve them that way. You don't have to actually do it this way, but feel free to be creative and have fun making them. Enjoy it.